Well, here at the college we're very passionate about sport, and subsequently have invested quite heavily in developing various aspects of sport and provision here at the college.
We've been very fortunate that we had the foresight 12 years ago to identify that analysis of sport performance through software packages was certainly an area in the market that would allow for future jobs to become available for our students. We identified GameBreaker as one of those systems that would certainly take us now into the next frontier with analysis. It's very much an area that's up and coming, a growth area, and one that we can certainly identify and have already seen benefits from with regards to the job area. To get us to this point, we have had to invest quite extensively, and that's cost the college over the last number of years now, since we set it up 6 years ago, something in the region of £30,000. We've brought in the bilingual aspect to enhance the Welsh language obviously throughout their learning, and that's given them certainly a distinct edge within the jobs market to not only be able to make use of highly advanced technological skills, software skills that we've got here today, but being able to do it both in Welsh and in English.
In sport, we've recognised that there's a high percentage of learners who come from Welsh medium schools or consider themselves bilingual. We're also fortunate that we have a number of first language Welsh medium staff who've been educated in Welsh and are quite comfortable delivering bilingually or in Welsh alone.
You have the choice whether to complete it in Cymraeg or instant English.
Literacy again is obviously a crucial target and numeracy that we're always aspiring towards, and that's brought up in each and every session that we do within any of our sports science orientated units.
Literacy is something that we've tried to embed naturally from day one. When the students first come in and enrol, they're given a bridging assignment which asks them to look at their sort of career aspirations and the kind of jobs they'd like to go in, with the view being that they immediately start to develop their research skills and they have to hand in a piece of written work on day one. It immediately gives the staff some baseline idea of how the students are in their written skills. Something we developed a few years ago was to put in a literacy marking scheme. So as well as the criteria for whatever the qualification they're following, everybody has a set standard where their spelling, punctuation and grammar is marked in a particular way, usually using annotations, but it's used exactly the same across all staff, and all students, whether they're at pre-foundation or at degree level, understand that as well. So everybody at the end of each assignment has some kind of development point where they can move their literacy forward, be it in English or Welsh. We've got somewhere in the region of 200-250 students on sports programmes, and that goes from pre-foundation, foundation level, level 2 in sport. At level 3 we have A-level PE, the development coaching and fitness extended diploma and sports science extended diploma, and then at level 4 and 5 we have a foundation degree in sport coaching and performance, and students have the option to finish off with a Bachelor of Science honours by completing their level 6 year as well. Our foundation degree and the Bachelor of Science focus predominantly on elite sports coaching, and there are also pathways within that for students to develop their video analysis skills using the GameBreaker software and to develop their expertise in strength and conditioning.
We have around about at level 3, 30% females. Our recruitment drive is based around to try and bolster the number of females that are coming on to our level 3 course. Of our level 3 sport and exercise science course, we currently have around about 98% going into higher or further education. The remaining 2% are quite often very luckily picked up directly into part or full-time jobs. We've had Mark Kennard has gone on as a head analysis analyst for the Rugby Sevens WRU team. More recently then, students that have progressed on as interns with the Scarlets, Nathan Jones being one of those. We've also picked up this year a fantastic relationship and partnership with the Swansea City, and more specifically the Academy boys, where each of the Academy team games are being recorded by our students who are currently on our foundation degree. Those games are being coded up and analysing those pieces of footage in a professional manner, providing that back to the coaches so that they can act on those pieces of information in obviously the forthcoming week's training and development plans.
I honestly believe that the key strength that we have here is in our staff. We have a number of people who not only work here and have their academic qualifications, they're involved locally, regionally and nationally with a number of different governing bodies and in professional sport as well. So what they're able to do is to bring into the classroom the kinds of techniques that are being used in elite coaching, in strength and conditioning, in video analysis, and give the students the kind of tools that we believe will move them towards employment. We run a number of different sports. We have football and rugby for male and female students, netball and hockey for females, and then a number of individual sports, which depends on the students we have in. If we have a particularly strong judo athlete or boxers or athletics, then we'll cater for them on a year-by-year basis. And then also we do have a golf academy that's mixed and takes part in the Welsh Colleges competitions.
I'm really pleased with how women's sport has developed in the college, in particular women's football and women's rugby. We've already had a very successful netball team here, but the past 5 years we've really established women's football and women's rugby. Women's rugby, for example, are national champions at the moment. That we now have a girls' academy and a boys' academy running alongside, side by side.
Ni yn y Academi Merched, mae tua 66 o merched. Maen nhw gyd yn dod dros chwaraeon, mae rai nhw'n dod o Health and Beauty, mae rai nhw yn astudio lefel A. Felly maen nhw'n dod o bob cwrs sydd gyda ni yn y coleg. Mae'r academis yn rhedeg am y merched yn cael ei wneud lan o hoci, pêl-drod, pêl-rwyd a rygbi. A mae'r merched fel arfer yn chwarae tua 2 o'r chwaraeon ni. Rai nhw'n wneud gyd o'n nhw. Mae Ceili yn edrych ar ôl y hoci.
Blwyddyn diwethaf ni wedi cael un ferch sydd wedi llwyddo i mynd mewn ColegauCymru a i trials. Ni'n lwcus blwyddyn yma oherwydd ni wedi rhannu un cwrs mewn i Saesneg a dwyieithog. So mae'r cwrs Sports Development Coaching and Fitness, mae un dosbarth da ni sy'n mewn Saesneg a wedyn mae un dosbarth sy'n dwyieithog.
Mae'r academi wedi bod yn llwyddiant iawn. Blwyddyn diwethaf nath y merched ennill British Colleges Rugby Tournament. Felly o'n nhw'n British Champions blwyddyn diwethaf. Hefyd nath nhw ennill Tournament Cymru 7 bob ochr. Ni hefyd wedi cael llawer o myfyrwyr yn mynd mlaen i chwarae i tîmau Cymru dan 17, dan 19, a ni hefyd gyda un merch sy'n chwarae dan Cymru yn rygbi gyda'r ydolion. Fel y cymdeithas ni'n cael gyda'r merched trwy'r academi sy'n dod o'r gwersi hefyd wedyn. Credu bod y perthnasau sydd gyda ni, gyda'r myfyrwyr yn wych. A fi'n credu gyda ni'n siarad Cymraeg hefyd, mae hwnna'n helpu adeiladu y perthynas yn wedig i pobl sy'n dod o ysgolion Cymraeg, iaith cyntaf. Fi'n credu bod hwnna'n rhywbeth sy'n rili pwysig a bod ni'n gallu gwneud trwy gweithgareddau maen nhw'n fwynhau wneud fel yr academis. Mae'n gweithio'n dda iawn. Lot o'r merched stan yma, maen nhw'n mynd mlaen i HE, maen nhw'n mynd mlaen i wneud gradd yn sports coaching, neu falle dysgu. Mae un o'r myfyrwyr ni yn gweithio nawr gyda'r cyngor fel Sports Development Officer. Ni hefyd yn trio wneud siŵr bod ni'n wneud cyrsi eraill fel hyfforddi. So bod yr opsiwn na gyda nhw i mynd mewn i swydd, ble maen nhw'n gallu wneud arian allan o chwaraeon.
In terms of staffing within the Sports Academy itself, a number of staff are released from teaching in order to facilitate some of the academies that we've got. And that's been quite a big investment for us as a college.
We won the ECFA Futsal Championship, Regional Championship, so that was Wales and the South West, so that's from here down to Cymru. We won that, and then we would represent that region at the national event, and we lost in the final of that last year. And like you say, for the last 5 or 6 years, we won the Welsh College League twice. We won the ECFA League 3 years ago, so we're a very progressive academy.
Last year, the male and female rugby teams both won their respective British Colleges Cup competitions at under 19s level and by very large margins as well. So it is nice to see that whereas rugby has dominated the silverware over the last couple of years for the male teams, we've got a particularly strong female rugby cohort coming through, and that's developing year on year, as is female soccer.
The 5x30 project has been a phenomenal project for us, and we've really succeeded all our targets that have been set. We've prided ourselves on our relationships with both Sports Wales and the County Council. The 5x30 project is based around participation, which again, we've seen a huge rise in the number of learners. They may be doing come as you are sessions, or sessions that we target in female sporting activity and they've been a really good success.
It's the 530 movement that's really given a flagship programme for us to develop participation for staff and students. And whereas it developed here at the Coleg in Llanelli a number of years ago, a key feature that's been pleasing to see is the development over the last few years on our other campuses. One thing we've particularly tried to do is to make sure that we're not going in and telling students we think this activity you should do. We've gone in, we've listened to learners, we've used the learner voice mechanisms and worked with the vocational staff there to try and put on activities that have been successful and develop a momentum that's year on year across the college. So one thing we've done is engage student volunteering as a key feature and to use a number of HE learners.
Yeah, well, football's the main part, but today I did like about the entry level, level 1. With basketballs and later on with like table tennis and badminton and that.
The project started about 5 years ago. It started through funding, 100% through Sports Wales funding, and it decreased it for the next 3 years then. Then after 3 years then, the college took it on, a part of their core funding, and it's still funded as today across the 4 campuses of College School.
As the success of the 5x30 project grown and as we've rolled it out across the different campuses, we've had to put in significant investment into other areas, and that was a result of learner voice, the learners asking us for a place to actually go and train, and we're able to put on yoga classes, Zumba classes for them down there as well. You know, some of our learners who are having mentoring with some specialised staff, they've commented to us how well the 5x30 project and the sporting teams that we run in the college have benefited those learners, and just to see them put the ColegauCymru kit on and actually take part in a game which they won was a fantastic experience for them.
Those benefiting most from 5x30 are probably those that have got additional issues that need that contact with other students that they wouldn't necessarily have, maybe have little awareness of health issues or fitness issues, or haven't had any, because of finances, haven't had any access to that. The students are definitely benefiting from all types of activities such as dodgeball and, as I say, kickboxing, things like that, because it's increasing their team skills, it's increasing their confidence. When they go back to the classroom then, some of them have got maybe ADHD or other issues where getting rid of that energy can have a big impact.
The vocational areas, to be fair, bought into the concept of giving their students the opportunity to have slots for physical activity. So on the other campuses, they will work with the 530 team to identify slots where our staff are able to go in there and put on sessions each week for their learners. We've used Moodle as a means of communicating. It's used very regularly in classes, so the learners are familiar of how to use the system. But it's also through the use of Facebook and Twitter and other social networking sites that we're able to very quickly give students messages.
Of course, it's not just about students here at the college. We have an extensive programme for staff wellbeing at the college as well. We have a staff wellbeing day where staff can choose to go off all various activities.
Over the last couple of years, we've had a number of Gold Ambassadors under the Gold Young Ambassador scheme in conjunction with the Sports Development Unit in the County Council. The What Moves You campaign has been something we started in September. We brought in a number of instructors to put on female-only classes to give people a taster of a number of different activities. And also as part of the scheme, the learners are able to bank the number of sessions they do and end up getting some promotional goodies as well, just to show whether they've done 10 sessions, 20 sessions, 50 sessions. So it's been working well, it's been monitored under our 530 programme, and hopefully something that will continue to grow.